Hey guys, welcome back. We've got some brand new content on the channel today. I'm going to be doing the first Pokemon Showdown video on the channel. This was originally going to be a Pokemon Live video, but I couldn't quite get all the recordings together in one hit, so I've had to kind of just do replays, and we're going to do a little bit of narration over the top of them. But yeah, first video today is going to be a team based around Simisear. I'm going to try and blast through this introduction because I just did a video trying to do the introduction and it took about 10 minutes, so hopefully I'm going to do take two is going to be a little bit quicker. Simisear, basically, because a while ago there was a poll in Japan about the most popular Pokemon and Simisear came dead last. To celebrate that, I've sent it into RU, built a team around it, and I'm going to try and see if I can get it to do some work. There's not a whole lot of expectation on it, but yeah, it's a decent enough Pokemon. This is probably about as high as you could send it. As you can see, fairly standard set. Nasty Plot, Salac Berry, Fire Blast, Grass Knot and Focus Blast will give it some decent coverage. A +2 Fire Blast will certainly hurt a lot of things. First thing we paired it with was a Mega Glalie, just because it will do a lot of damage to bulky waters. Freeze Dry Super Fang is a good combination for taking out things like Alamomola. Taunt again to stop it Wish protecting, and Explosion because why would you not want a Explosion Glalie? It's just the main thing. It's the reason for having it. You would not want to. I don't understand why you'd use a Glalie without Explosion. Next we've gone for a bulky spinner. We've got our Blastoise. I think I started the recordings all the with the team with a Skull Dark Pulse Aura Sphere Rapid Spin set. Aura Sphere went in the end because we needed something else to take on Alamomola. The Toxic will give us a little bit more chance to wear it down, things like that. Physically defensive because we needed something to take a physical hit really, and Blastoise is a pretty powerful Pokemon defensively. The spin is important because we have ourselves a Fletchinder. This thing has a mental set. I don't remember what any of the EVs are for, but apparently it's the Smogon standard set, or certainly it's one I got off the Smogon website. This thing is an absolute beast. It destroys things, seriously. The set is really good and I would definitely encourage people to try it. It is, I'll spoil it, this is the star of the team, definitely. We've got Prometheus the Uxie. As you may have noticed, I've given things nicknames now. We will hopefully be trying to use a few more nicknames, especially in Showdown Lives we'll be using nicknames. And in future Let's Play series we'll be trying to use some nicknames as well. This is a kind of utility Uxie. That's an odd way to say it, but utility Uxie with Stealth Rock T-Wave because we need Stealth Rocks, and who doesn't want T-Wave on the team these days? U-Turn and Knock Off for utility and to help us get a little bit of Volt Turn when we also consider in the fact we have an Electros. Acid Spray was my choice as the sort of interchangeable move. I think a lot of people use Knock Off, but Giga Drain Flamethrower Volt Switch is pretty sensible, pretty standard. The Acid Spray is there I think because who doesn't want to get a -2 on their Pokemon that they're against? And to be honest, a -2 Volt Switch, Giga Drain Flamethrower will do a lot of damage. It just forces switches and allows us then to Volt Switch out. So I think Acid Spray is a good move for versatility, for forcing switches and keeping momentum for us. Yeah, the team is fairly solid. I think it did some good work. We were playing pretty low ladder. But yeah, let's see how we got on. Okay, so the first battle we have is a pretty quick one against a fairly straightforward low ladder team. It becomes immediately obvious that it's low ladder because here we go, we start with a Shadow Claw, Quick Claw, I will spoil that bit, Absol. Yes, that's right, Shadow Claw, Quick Claw, Absol. We just Acid Spray it and then we Volt Switch out, which will be enough to wipe out the Absol. It's not exactly a strong Pokemon. I think then we just went into, I can't remember who we're going to next. I have just watched this as well, which makes it even worse. We go into Uxie, as he gets into Excelgor. The speed obviously is a threat, so you just T-Wave it here. Tank the Bug Buzz pretty well actually, and then I believe we just switch out. We just U-turn out, and we go into the Electros. This is actually quite slow, so I've got this on normal speed. I was expecting to need a lot more time to go through this, but it turns out normal speed is actually fairly slow. We just Flamethrower the Excelgor. I assume he just sacked it. This was weird. That is non-skill link Rock Blast Gingino. I was very confused. But all we get to do then, again, like I said, low ladder, we just Volt Switch out and Fletchinder will kill it easily. It does about 70%, I think. The Aerodactyl is the thing that's going to counter it. We just switch into Blastoise to take the hit. It's a double edge Aerodactyl. I don't know if that's standard, but I think I have seen it. I think I've seen it on a video somewhere, double edge, but I was just like, okay, that's fair enough. Just fire off a Scald. Tangrowth tanks it because Tangrowth is just a beast. And I think we just went into Glalie now just to take the hit. It turns out actually that Glalie's pretty weak as well because it takes 41% from the Giga Drain, which I didn't see coming. We do have a Force It Out because why would you ever stay in on a Glalie if you're a Tangrowth? And this is where things get weird again. The Freeze Dry does a lot of damage. We freeze it, but it unfreezes because it's Lumberry Alomomola, and then we taunt it, and it turns out that it's Calm Mind Alomomola. This is Calm Mind Lumberry Alomomola. I have no idea what the world is anymore. But it Scalds us and obviously burns because Scald always burns. Yeah, just weird. The Alomomola dies because, I mean, I assume it's some kind of weird offensive Alomomola. And after the burn, there was only one thing that I was ever going to do here, and that's try and explode. And we get to do it because this apparently is 0 speed Aerodactyl. So this all around was just a weird battle. It does mean, however, that we can come in with Simisear and it can get a kill. Not in one hit, mind, because it's piss weak and it can't even kill a Tangrowth with a stab Fire Blast in one hit, but 2 hits it. So Simsear at least gets a little bit of victory on its first time out. Not too bad, but yeah, that's all you can really expect, I think, from Simisear. Is we'll see how it gets on in the next battle, though. Okay, we're back for battle number 2. And this is another low ladder battle. We do again face a lead Absol, and it's another unusual set. It's the Crit Super Luck Night Slash Absol, which I think is a Scope Lens as well, so everything's a crit. We do the same thing we did last time. We lead with Electros, which is pretty much my default lead on this team. It's very good against stuff like Jolteon as well. I think you see that in a later video. Just Acid Spray, it dies, and we just go into Fletching to Revenge Kill. The Electros is the threat here, basically. The Electros is the main thing that stops Fletchinder from just sweeping this man's team. All we need to do basically is get rocks up like we do here, and then just try and force it to come in a couple of times, take a decent couple of hits, and then we'll find if we can get it down to about 30%, it will get OHKO'd by a +2 Fletchinder. The Mega Glalie here, just paralyse it because I think it's the sensible thing to do. It turns out to be Body Slam, so I'm thinking it's Power Flinch, Body Slam, Headbutt, Refrigerate Glalie, which just sounds partly genius and partly like AIDS. We just go into Blastoise on it though, because Blastoise, I mean, this is why it's such a good Pokemon. It's there it will just tank these hits quite easily. We Aura Sphere it. That's proof that I did have Aura Sphere on this team at one point, and he gets paralysed, which is kind of a shame because he did say that he had tried to explode on that turn. I would have been intrigued to see how much it had done. But yeah, we just kill it with a Scald. The Trevenant comes in, which is pretty predictable, and just goes to the Leech Seed, I believe. We go into Simisear, and Simisear, you can see again, it does a hell. It's pretty much in the same position as it was with the Tangrowth in the last video. It basically just does a lot of damage, but not enough to OHKO. And Trevenant being Trevenant, the Harvest Citrus Berry bullshit just means that it's gone from taking 91% to having 32% damage on it, basically, in the space of that one same turn. We nasty plot on the Phantom Force because it was basically free, tank the hit, and this is where the Electros is forced to come in, basically. He either has to sack the Trevenant, which probably would have been his best play in fairness, or bring this thing in and survive, and it just gets blown back by 62% is enough now, to the point where next time this thing comes in, it's in range of a +2 Fletchinder. So we just need to find our opportunities to set up, and this is it, basically. He brings in the Trevenant again. The Leech Seed was pretty obvious, so we go into Fletchinder, and now, again, it's game over. He Leech Seeds, there's no way he stays in again, so we just, and even if he does, he can't do anything to a Fletchinder. We Swords Dance, and then even with the Leech Seed recovery that's coming here, he's done. This is it. 29% is just about enough to the point where a +2 Acrobatics is going to kill. I think it's about 28 to 34%, something like that, the damage roll on a +2 Acrobatics to an Electros, but now everything after that just gets OHKO'd. I don't think the rocks would have made a difference. I think it all just dies from full. And yeah, Fletchinder's starting to show what a beast it is. It's good as a revenge killer early game. Things like it takes up the Absol there. It's fast enough and powerful enough to kill strong Pokemon early game, but it shines late game when you can get it in a position like we did in this game. And I'll just say it now, this is not the last time you will see Fletchinder destroying teams. We will in fact show you probably one right now. Okay, battle number 3, and as you can see we are facing a shiny hunter in this one. We did lead off with designated lead. The Weavile is pretty threatening, so we just flamethrower it here as soon as we can, try and kill it. It's there. The threat to the Uxie is enough that I just want to get rid of it. I'm willing to sacrifice my Electros. We do lose our Assault Vest, which again now is just fodder at this point. It's low health and has no Assault Vest, so it's just going to be sacked basically. We go straight into Uxie, get our rocks up, T-Wave the Banette, and Prometheus now is down to the point where that also is just fodder basically. We switch out, predicting the Shadow Sneak. Blastoise can tank the hit and just go for Dark Pulse. The Paralysis probably, I'm not quite sure what he would have gone for there. But we switch in here, just tank the knockoff with Fletchinder because we have no item. And we can just revenge kill the Banette with an Acrobatics. The Jolteon is the designated check to Fletchinder here. So we just sacrifice Electros. The Life Orb damage is crucial in this game basically. The rocks plus the Life Orb damage just wear it down to the point where we have a chance here. If the Jolteon stayed healthy, or if it was Specs or anything like that and it didn't have the Life Orb damage, that probably would have won the game. But as it is, the Life Orb damage, as it switched into Samurott, basically the chip damage will wear it down, is what I'm trying to say. We didn't get to do anything with Simisear, sadly. We just nasty plotted up and got aquajetted by Samurott, so no such luck, no good luck for Simsear again. But it will have its moment, I do promise. There is something coming at the end here where you will see the power of Simisear if you get it in the right position. We sacrifice the Uxie just to allow us to come in here and revenge kill the Emboar. Again, here you see the Rock's damage is wearing down the Jolteon, 56% plus 2 Life Orb hits, 46% here. We sacrifice Mega Glalie and Blastoise, and 36% with this Life Orb damage here is just enough to the point where Fletchinder will kill it. So from going 3-1 down, Fletchinder is just about in a position where it can actually bring this back and win the game. Because, like I said, this is a Pokemon that you just need to put it in a position. You just need to find the right things that stop it, and if you can get them down low enough, Fletchinder will just tear through the rest of the team. If you can get rid of the one thing that checks it, it will pretty much get rid of the rest of the team by itself, regardless of where they're at. If you can get it in at the right position, it just beats teams in 5 turns sometimes. It's such a good Pokemon, and yeah, I really grew to appreciate Fletchinder. I think this probably has to be one of the best Pokemon in the tier at the minute, and I think you'll probably actually see another example of that now as well. Okay, this is the penultimate battle of the video, and this I think is probably the best example of the power of Fletchinder really. This is a standard lead again really. Just we did see a lot of Jolteons on the ladder, and there were quite a few that led. And the play here was basically just, if in doubt, just go for an Acid Spray. For some reason he SDs on me, and I just blow it back with a Volt Switch. I really don't know quite what he expected, being -2 there, but whatever. Typhlosion is just a powerful Pokemon. I've used it in UU, and it does some serious damage, so I didn't take any chances with this. Just T-Wave it. Uxie is strong enough to take the hit. The T-Wave plus the rocks is actually going to be all we needed really here. We just U-turn out. The Paralysis probably doesn't make a lot of difference. I'm pretty sure Blastoise would have tanked an eruption pretty easily, especially now with the Scold off. At this point, the game is over. I have to say, this is as ridiculous as it sounds. The game is over at turn 7, because all we need to do now is switch into Fletchinder. That was a crit, and that did nothing. And we can just Swords Dance in the Typhlosion's face. He for some reason stays in and just allows it, and we have to get to +4. This Swords Dance is crucial because without +4, we don't kill the Jolteon. But yeah, turn 7 we're inside, and turn 10 this game is over. It's the power. This is turn 10, and we're a +4 Fletchinder that just kills everything. The 78% that Jolteon's at, and it's not enough. It resists and it dies, and yeah, everything just gets swept now. If there was any more evidence needed that Fletchinder is just stupidly powerful in the right situation, that's it. No, it's just so good, and I'm just going to keep raving about it. But that is the end of the Fletchinder show, and there's one more video to come, and the question that still remains is, will we get Simisear to do anything good? Let's find out. Okay, we're back for the last battle, and this man pretty much immediately calls me out for having a Simisear on my team. I don't think he'd ever seen a Simisear. My assumption is that he'd never seen a Simisear in RU before and was just amazed that someone was stupid enough to bring one. But he will know Simisear after this battle, you trust me on that. We just lead, obviously the same as always, we lead with Electros. The standard combination of Acid Spray Volt Switch just gets ourselves out of there. This is weird, I don't think I'd ever seen a freeze drive freeze before. We Super Fang on the Sork, get some 50% damage off on that, and just switch straight into Prometheus. Easily tank the close combat. He subs on me, and it turns out that this is sub Salak Sork, which not only is something fabulous to say, it's also an interesting set which I didn't see coming. The knockoff does nothing. This is actually weak. I think this is probably why you see banded Sork more often. Or why I certainly see banded Sork more often. I don't think I've ever seen sub Salak. But then I guess we were still quite low on the ladder. Blastoise just tanks it quite easily, as you can see. And the close combat defense drops mean that we can just kill it quite easily. So I'm not quite sure. Sork not really doing much to us there. We Toxic the Slowking. I think this was Navy Slowking. Because as you see here, we Dark Pulse it and it does nothing. It does 16%, but we get the flinch, which is pretty great. I just sacked Blastoise basically, I didn't need it anymore. He does go into Aromatisse and the Dark Pulse, which is a good play. I think, who do we go into here? We go into Kimbo, and the Moonblast just kills us. And this is where things start to go great. We just go for the Acid Spray here, and now I'm going to let you enjoy the rest of this in peace, because this now is a Simisear sweep. At this point, Fire Blast just OHKOs the Aromatisse, but we go for Glory, we Nasty Plot, and at this point now, everything dies to after Rock's damage. The Slowking is the only thing that stands in the way, and it can't take a Grass Knot from this point. So we have the glory of a Simisear sweep to end this for. Leave a like if you enjoyed this, guys. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the glory of Simisear, and I will see you next time.